Hello, sir. Hello. If you want, you can take off your mask. So you don't have to, though. You can take it off if you want.
Go ahead and stretch on your own a little bit, and then we'll get started.
Hi, Mr. Jaden. Hi, Lydia. Hi, Oliver. Hey, Virginia, right here. Okay. Maybe in the back, actually. Mr. Isley, I'll have you right here, sir. And then Mr. Connor, I'll have you next to your dad right here. Okay? And Sabina right here. I mean, Virginia, sorry. Right there. All right, let's get started. So, face flags, chariot. Kukira kanya. Face parents, chariot. 부모님께 kanya. Face me, chariot. 교수님께 kanya. All right, 안녕하십니까. 그러니까 도장은 하나 명예 둘 단결 셋 몽사 정신어도 가사부상. All right, let's warm up. Hands on your hips. Rotate your neck side to side. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 일덟 아홉 열. Up and down. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. Rotate your hips in a circle. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. Other way. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. Stay where you're at. We're gonna do T drill. So bring your left leg up behind you, and then with your arms gonna go straight. Try to make a T. So not a Y or anything, a T. So 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. And down. Other side, same thing. So right leg up this time. So 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. And down. All right. Bring both of your feet together. Hands on your knees. Rotate your knees. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. Other way. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 열. All right. Spread your feet about 2 shoulders apart. Face to your right. Try to touch your forehead all the way to your knee. 하나 둘 셋 넷 다섯 여섯 일곱 여덟 아홉 Yay. And up. Other side. Same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, stay where you're at. Bend your right knee, go down as far as you can. Hold that stretch. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, other side, same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, go into the middle, go down as far as you can, sit all the way back. Keep your legs spread apart. Now with your right hand, reach over your left foot, try to touch your toes. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, other side, same thing. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, go into the middle, try to touch your elbows and your forehead to the floor. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, bring both your legs together, reach forward, try to touch your toes. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. Okay, bring the bottoms of your feet together. Butterfly stretch, push your knees all the way to the floor. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And up, turn around and picture the box. All right, so we're gonna be working on a little bit on our front kicks. So right leg back, and the fighting stance in here. All right, so we're not gonna go up and down the floor or anything and kicking. We're just gonna focus on our front kick and the little details in it. Okay, so for now, we're just gonna focus on bringing the knee up. So we're not gonna be kicking or anything. We're just gonna bring the knee up. But when you pick your knee up, you want to make sure you're bringing it straight up. You don't want to do like the swervy thing while bringing it up. So just straight up. Like imagine there's like a line on your hip. That's the line that you want to follow. Bring the knee up. Okay? And then also make sure while you're doing that, you want your heel tucked in. You don't want your foot to be out here. You want it to be tucked in while bringing it up. Okay? So that's what we're just gonna work on for a little bit. So just this motion. Okay, so ready? Shijuk on your own count. So we're not kicking just you're just gonna bring the knee up. So here, bring it up. So you want your knee like this. Okay? So 1. There you go. So yeah, you want your heel tucked as much as you can. There you go. So 1. And then try to bring your with your hand, try to just bring it up. There you go. 1, 2. Good, Mr. Isley. And then try to have your hands here in that motion, okay? Also, while doing this, try to keep your back straight as much as you can. Try not to hunch over, because that's what we do when we try to bring our knee up high. So try to keep it straight up, okay? There you go, Jaden. Good. So we're just doing your right leg for now. So Oliver, since you're on Poomsae team, you're expected to get your knee all the way to your shoulder. All the way to your shoulder as much as you can. Hey, no this. Okay, bring it all the way up. All right, let's hit your feet. Hako. Other side. So left leg now. Right, so shijak. And then make sure your hands are up in front of your chest. Okay. Hang on, Mr. Connor. Good. There you go, Jishnu. Good. Don't do that. Try to keep your body still as much as you can. All in the leg. You want to put it all on your leg when bringing it up. Okay. Higher, Oliver. There you go. Yeah, 1. There you go. Lydia, you're kind of hunching a little bit, Lydia. Try to keep your upper body as straight as you can. 2. Okay. All right, sit your feet. Pako. All right, now we're gonna do the extension piece now. So like we did earlier with the bring your knee up, you're gonna put that together with the extension now, okay? So you're gonna bring it up straight with your foot tucked back, and then you're gonna kick, bring it back. While you're kicking, try to focus on keeping that knee in the same position before you put it down. So I bring it up, kick, bring it back. In the same position. Your knee should not be kicking and like bringing it down. Kick 2, okay? So we'll work on that for a little bit. So try to keep your knee as still as you can. So right leg only. So ready, shijak. And don't worry about kicking high or anything right now. I just want everyone to focus on that knee. Lydia, you're dropping your knee. No, you're doing that. You're bringing your knee down. If you're gonna kick high, you gotta keep your knee up. There you go, Jaden. Good. There you go, Connor. Good. And then if you are gonna, and then while you're doing your front kick, it's okay to pivot your foot too. So instead of keeping it straight, you can turn it at like a 40-degree angle, like a 45-degree angle while kicking. So you don't need to keep it straight. You can pivot a little bit if you want. So you can open up your hip more, okay? So if you are gonna pivot, sir, so like we did with the motion to bring your knee up, you'd still bring it up, but then at the same time you'd slightly pivot. So it's a little difficult if you're not used to pivoting on the front kick. Yeah, so you bring it up and then pivot just a tiny bit while trying to keep your knee in the same position, and then you would kick. Yeah, you're welcome, sir. No, try kicking higher like that without hunching. Really? I kick. You still did a little hunch. Yeah, that's better. There you go, just good. All right, let's hit your feet. Pako. So other leg this time. So ready? Shijak. Lydia, you gotta hold your knee up. Hold your knee up after you kick. There you go. Good, Jaden. Yeah, and then try to keep your hands up, Mr. Connor, when you kick. There you go. And then if you can, Mr. Isley, try not to go too much on your toe, on your ball of your foot when you're kicking. Yeah, if you need to, you can always just start here. So get used to turning that foot. If you feel like you need to turn the foot, you certainly don't have to pivot if you don't feel comfortable with it for the front kick. So it's like one and then kick. You know, it hurts your knee. Okay. Well, it's good that you're trying to pivot on the ball of your foot and not the heel, because that's not good for the hip at all. So that's good. Oh, other leg just now. Left leg now. Yeah, we're doing the left leg now. Good. Okay. Hands up, Oliver and Lydia. You should know this by now. All right, come on. If you need some water, you can go get some real quick. Okay. All right, Virginia, I'm gonna work on your tournament Poomsae. Okay.
you understand what your opponent's doing, then that way we can, the second round, you know exactly what we need to do to change it up. Also, too, you're gonna get cues, right? During the fight, right? You're gonna get in a situation.
Would you like to work on the back, Mr. Isley?
Right? You might be clinching or whatever, right?
Okay, that's
Where you're gonna work.
all right. Virginia, have you moved forward? Okay.
Sometimes the referee will move you. Sometimes the referee
Yep, you're welcome, sir.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Dishney, let's work a little bit on our Poomsaes. All right, so remember what I told you about like your stances and your resting hand? So we'll work on that, okay, sir? All right, Mr. Connor. I'm gonna have you work a bit more on your Poomsaes this way, and then I'm gonna work with you on your terminology for your black stripe in a little bit, okay? So terminology is like when I ask you a question and you answer. Got it? Can I yes, ma'am? No, actually, yeah. So yeah, I'll be working with you on that a little bit, okay? So have you face this way and then work on all three Poomsaes, okay? Okay. Mr. Jaden, let's work on our one steps for a little bit, and then I'm gonna test you on your terminology in a bit. Okay, sir? All right, and then Oliver and Lydia. Yeah, let's work on good idea. Let's work on our RTF forms. Okay. So yeah, Lydia, you can work on your RTF forms. Oliver, you can work on your RTF forms for a little bit, but then I want you to go back to like Kumgang. So do the ITF form, Kumgang, ITF form, Kumgang, so on and so forth, okay? So make sure you're landing. So it's 1, 2. You want to, even though you're going forward, you still want to land each stance. So it's 1, 1, 2. Does that make sense? So just make sure you're landing each stance in that part.
So as long as you make a kicking motion when you do this, so if I come in, right, and I do this, and I'm moving forward, that's okay. Or if I'm extending kick out, that's okay. I just have to be careful, right, that I don't hit something below the bottom. Okay? Right? You haven't heard a lot of this command, right? So when you come in, right, come home.
Other hand, Jishnu. Other hand. Other hand. There you go.
You'll come into the ring without you making around, right? And then they'll probably check, make sure all your equipment's on, right? Show me your teeth, right? Knock your cup, right? And then, right?
All right. So when you're doing your Poomsae, you want to try to go a bit faster where you're not having to pause and think about the next movement. So you should be able to just do the whole thing without any hesitation. All right, sir? Without any hesitation. Do you know what hesitation means? Without pausing, like having to wait and think, okay? Hey, it looks better though. Looks good. Okay. Make sure you key in, Mr. Connor. Yep.
What you're doing is once they give you the penalty, right? Just acknowledge it. Fine. Don't argue with them. Don't talk back to them. All right? Because they'll do this, and then they give them a good penalty. Right? Okay. They're the referees. It's my job to defend if I think it's wrong. I'll protest.
There you go.
Okay. So that's not your
Here, can you do it from the beginning?
What? No.
Ready, Shijak.
Respect. Right? So a lot of times when you get the penalty, right? Going on, and then it's all boom. Start fighting again. Okay? Sometimes they'll stop it because they need to get like a bonus point or something.
Why is it so low? I think you're choke grab, choke strike is a little low. Yeah. So you don't want to go like directly straight because that's gonna be shoulder level. You want to go a tiny bit up. Okay. Yeah. So 1, 2. Okay. Choke. So you see there's like a little tilt going up instead of right here and straight, a little up. Okay. Because the judge is gonna be sitting, so everything's gonna look a little different at a level. Okay, so I'm like sitting here. Yes, I'm sitting here. Here, go. Okay, that's a little too high now. Just by a little bit, not a whole lot. Okay. Hmm?
You got a car.
Yeah, you like it? Huh?
Take it to California
I could.
or Florida.
I could. I could. Okay. All right, Mr. Connor, let's work on our terminology for a bit. All right. Here, I'm gonna ask you some questions. What are the 3 wipeout kicks?
Front kick, axe kick, and roundhouse.
Okay, so that's a question right there. Okay, well, how about the 3 Poomsae, wipeout Poomsaes?
Walking set number 1,
Uh-huh.
air tongue, and 10 basic steps.
Good. Question, do you know what Kibo Nurchang means?
No.
So it means basic form number 1. So what does it mean?
Basic form number 1.
Here, you want to make a guess on how many movements are in it?
10?
That's how many movements are in 10 basic stance and blocking set number 1, but not Kibo Nurchang. There's a bit more.
12.
More.
14.
Closer.
13.
No, you up more. 16. So in Kibo Nurchang, that means basic form number 1. There's 16 movements in it.
Okay.
So how many movements?
16.
And then what does Kibo Nurchang mean?
Basic stance number 1.
So close, basic form. Basic form number 1. So what does it mean?
Basic form number 1.
Do you know what the wipeout philosophy means?
Focus.
Focus, good. Okay. Yep, that's good. You've been listening. That's great. So, after you kick, what's the hand technique?
Back fist punch.
Do you know where we're trying to hit with the back fist?
The nose.
And then the punch?
The face.
Not quite. A little bit lower.
Heart.
Close. The chest.
Chest.
The chest. Yeah, you're very close with the heart one. So what does Kibo Nurchang mean again? How many movements?
16.
All right, good. Can you name me 6 dances that you know? 6 dances. So think of 10 basic stance. What's the first dance in 10 basic stance? So that's 1 stance. What's that called? Okay, and then?
Horse riding stance. Walking stance. Walking stance. Back stance. Back stance. Front stance.
And
Attention.
those are your 6 stances. So it's attention, chumbi, horse riding stance, walking stance, back stance, front stance.
Oh, so it's actually 6.
No, there's still like you still have to do both your legs for the stances and everything.
Yeah, but no.
It's just the same name though. Okay. Can you name me 4 blocks that you know?
Knife hand block, inner block, high block,
Good. Okay. What does keep on arching mean again?
Basic form number 1.
Okay. How many movements are in 10 basic stance?
10.
Blocking is the number 1.
10.
Good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna come back. If you can answer all those questions correctly the first time, I'll give you your black stripe. All right. So practice a little bit more in your Poomsaes. Or real quick, go in front. In the blue, go in front. There you go, Mr. Isley. All right. Would you like to work on your roundhouse kick now? Do you have any questions on the kick or anything? No. Okay. No, you're welcome. All right, Mr. Jaden. Time for questions. So if you could unmute yourself, that'd be great. All right. What's the wipeout philosophy?
Focus, ma'am.
Yellow.
Enthusiasm.
Senior yellow.
Goal setting.
Green.
Self-control.
All right. What does keep on nurturing mean?
Keep on nurturing means basic form number 1.
Taeguk irchang.
Taeguk irchang means heaven and night, ma'am.
Tae ijang.
Taeguk ijang means lake and joyfulness.
Taeguk samjang.
Samjang is fire and sun, ma'am.
Okay, good. I'm gonna name things in Korean. You tell me what they are in English. Okay, so chariot,
Attention.
hyungnae,
Can you repeat that, ma'am?
hyungnae,
Ma'am.
준비,
Ready.
시작,
Start.
그만,
End.
쇼,
Bow.
쇼, not quite, 쇼,
Rest.
good. 뒤로 돌아,
Turn around, ma'am.
발 바꿔,
Lift your feet, ma'am.
손 바꿔.
Switch hands, ma'am.
Okay, 도복,
Uniform, ma'am.
이,
Belt, ma'am.
도장.
School, ma'am.
All right, good. Okay. Can you name me 6 dances that you know, sir?
Attention. Jumbi. Walking stance. Front stance. Back stance.
One more.
Horse riding stance, ma'am.
Good. All right. Could you name me 6 blocks that you know?
Low block, inner block, knife hand block, high block, palm block, and inside out block.
All right, good. After we kick for, let's say, roundhouse kick, what's the hand technique?
Back fist punch, ma'am.
Where's the target for back fist?
Nose, ma'am.
And then the chest? Oh, sorry, I gave you the answer. And then the punch.
Chest, ma'am.
Yep, okay, sorry about that. All right, after we do reverse side kick, what's the hand technique?
Knife hand punch, ma'am.
Where's the target for knife hand?
Neck, ma'am.
All right, good. Let me think.
Um,
How much do we pivot on a reverse side kick?
right? Since this is not like a world class type of thing, right? Let's say you guys are fighting and then
Halfway, ma'am.
a kick kind of comes by the
So if I were to kick
because you ducked and made a motion,
like this,
it looked like you got hit, and then judges scored.
not quite. It's the same as side kick. How much do we pivot on side kick?
There's a chance that I won't be able to protest that, right? Because the fact that there's no instant replay or anything like that, right? So all I can do is basically just.
So there's halfway and all the way.
All the way, ma'am.
Yeah, so side kick is all the way. Same with reverse side kick, it's all the way. Okay? Or 180 degrees. So yeah, 180 degrees is all the way. Halfway is 90 degrees. All right? Okay. Bless you.
I can only do what you do. So if you score.
All right, not too bad. All right, so once you come in class next week, I'll give you your black stripe. If I forget, please remind me, okay?
Ma'am.
All right, good job. Hey, Oliver, can I see your kumgang?
It's important to just kind of keep those hands up, right? Make sure that you're not getting hit. Right? Okay. Even remotely close, right? Try to get out of the way or make sure that they're falling if they're in the process of hitting you into the ground. Okay. All right. What other questions? It's gonna be weird. I've never done sparring outdoors in the sun. Not sure how the sun's gonna affect. All right. So it's important. You want to stay hydrated. All right. Okay. So let's do a little bit of kicking. Let's go.
All right, not too bad, Oliver. Just gotta work on your balance. A lot of shaking here. All right, but not too bad. Pretty good. Good job. Mr. Isley, could you kick with your left leg real quick, sir?
So make sure that we get the foot turned over, right? We want to make sure that we're hitting with the very top of the foot. Okay? We don't want to be hitting the target with this part of the foot.
Okay. All right, good. Hi, Mr. Connor. Okay, so face me, Juliet. Yep. So what's the Wipeout Philosophy? And then what are the 3 Wipeout kicks? And then the 3 Wipeout kick, Poomsaes? What does keep on air chung mean? Good. How many movements in keep on air chung? 10 basic stance, how many movements? 10. Blocking's the number 1? 10. Good. Okay. After we kick, what's the hand technique? All right. There's a target for back fist. No. And then the punch?
That punch is for the chest.
Good. Can you name me 6 dances that you know? Good. Can you name me 4 blocks that you know? And then which stance do we go into for blocking set number 1?
Horse riding.
And then which stance do we use throughout Kiba and Chung?
Never told me that one.
Here, so if you do Kiba and Chung, which stance do you go into?
Are they back stance or walking stance?
Huh?
Walking stance.
Good, walking stance. All right. Just wanted to trick you to see if you knew, but you know, so that's good. All right, here's your last stripe.
Lucky. I get 1 stripe, then 1, then the next, the other.
You're doing good. So now, even though you have all your stripes, doesn't mean you can't stop practicing. You still have to practice.
Yep.
All right, sir. And
My dad's gonna be so jealous.
also, you want to make sure in order to keep these stripes, you need to show respect to your parents by saying like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no, sir, no, ma'am. All right.
Don't mind not doing that.
But we want to start doing that though to show a bit more respect. So right, and not just to them. You want to do it to everyone else. Like with me, you would say like yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, or like with Master Hong, yes, sir, yes, no, sir. All right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. So I'll have you keep practicing. Okay. Your Poomsaes this way. Okay. Have you gotten to look at the terminology sheet a little bit? Yes. So if I were to ask you some questions now, would you be able to answer them? All right. All right. Here, I'm gonna put this real quick. And if you need some water, you can go get some real quick. And then everybody else, if you need water, you can go get some real quick. Oh, we only need 5 minutes. All right, that's fine. All right. So the Wipeout Philosophy.
Focus.
All right. The 3 Wipeout kicks.
That's the front kick, the roundhouse kick, and the axe kick.
Good. The 3 Wipeout Poomsaes, or I should say 4 for you.
There's 10 basic stances, the blocking set, the keep on air, and the direct punch.
All right. Good. How many movements are in Kiba or Chung?
16.
And then 4 directional punch.
I have no idea.
It's fine. 19 actually. It's on the sheet, but I just wanted to see if you knew. I'm gonna name things in Korean. You're gonna tell me what they are in English.
That's not gonna go.
Okay. So chariot, kyungnae,
Say it again, sorry.
kyungnae. So chariot, and then kyungnae,
You say it one more time.
kyungnae, kyungnae. Yeah. All right.
I went here for the
No, you're fine.
I'm from Nebraska.
All right. Yeah. So chariot, and then kyungnae, which means bow. kyungnae. Yeah. So bow, and then 준비. there's an English version to it.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, we don't really say it in English though, but
Like ready position.
yes, ready position. Shijak. That means start. And then koman. Koman. So that's the opposite of start. Stop. And then sho. We usually say it after kicking. So so show actually means relax. Relax. So Master Wong will be like, come on, come back to Chumbi, and then show, relax. Go get some water or something. So show. So shijak. Shijak. Juk. Yes. Start. I'm just repeating it and everything. Okay, and then come on. It's the opposite of start. Stop. And then show. Relax. All right. So, yeah, I would say for the Korean terminology, just try to listen for it during class, because we usually say it during class the whole entire time. All right. Yeah. Your son's a little ahead of you right now. All right, but not too bad. All right. If you're working with partner, face each other. Chariot. Can you air high five or shake hands? All right, let's line back up. All right, let's face the flag. Chariot. Kukira kanya. All right, face me. Chariot. Oh, sorry, face parents. Chariot. Pumnike kanya. And then face me. Chariot. 교수님 kanya. All right, unang good. Hamnida. Right, good. All right. Testing is in about 3 weeks, so make sure you guys are practicing and trying to come as many questions as you can if you're gonna plan on testing. And have a good weekend, and then see you guys next week. Class dismissed. Okay, have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Good job, you guys.